Hello, namaste everybody. My name is Mohan Prasad Gautam. I am permanently from Machapuse Rural Municipality 6, Dital, Kaski, Nepal. Well, very first, I would like to welcome you all my dear students here in this virtual class under the part of the distance education, right? Well, today I'm going to teach you question tag, one of the very important topic of English grammar. Question tag, right? It is very, very important. Okay, even in your day-to-day conversation, and as well as it is important, okay, for examination point of view, right? So you must get mastery over on question tag, right? So especially the native speaker, okay, they use a question tag, right? In Nepali language also we use question tag, right? In English language also, English speaker frequently they use question tag for the confirmation on the previously told statement, right? Well, my dear student, today I will be teaching you a question tag, especially, okay, the basic rules of the question tag, right? So, for your convenient, right, I have made 7 categories, okay. Under that, I will be teaching you rules, right? Each category carries or has similar type of the rule that you have to follow or that you have to apply. Got it? Well, my dear student, now let me begin from the basic concept of question tag, right? What question tag is? Very first, you must know it. Now look at here on the screen as well. Okay, so look at here and read it out what is given here. And my dear student, you are supposed to write this, okay, that the line in your English grammar copy. Because of that, you will understand its concept. Well, look at here. Question tags are short questions that we put them at the end of the statement in order to confirm on the statement, right? Whatever the statement given before the comma, then later we have to put what? The question tag. Got it? Okay. It is for what? Okay. Actually, it is for making confirmation on the previously told statement. Got it? Well, my dear student, now let's look at the basic or very core information on question tag. Okay, positive statement takes negative tags. Never forget, if the statement is positive, it takes negative tag, and vice versa. Refers to what? If negative statement, if there comes negative statement, we have to supply positive tag. Got it? So never forget, positive statement takes negative tag and vice versa. This is the most important, let's say, the concept or the rules that we must have, okay, while putting or supplying the question tag after the given statement. Got it? Well, my dear student, now let's look at, okay, here on the screen, study. Let's study the entire question tag in the following grouping. Okay, now is already I have told you that, okay, I have made 7 groupings, 7 categories. Get it? So on the basis of 7 categories, okay, I will be teaching you its rules. All right? Okay, my dear student, look at here. Number one, category number one, or grouping number one, statement with auxiliary. Okay, statements with auxiliary. If there comes an auxiliary verb in a statement, right? If there comes an auxiliary verb in a statement, we have to follow certain rules. Okay, we have to follow certain rules. Okay, now I will be telling it after that some example sentences given here on the screen. Look at here, my dear student. Ritu is singing a song. Let's have a look. Okay, very first you have to find out which one is subject, which one is auxiliary verb, which one is main verb, and which one is object. Okay, so obviously Ritu is subject, is this is auxiliary verb, singing main verb, a song is object, right? And at last there must what? Question mark, and always there comes what? Comma after this statement. Got it? Well, my dear student, so in this sentence, Very first, you must put an auxiliary verb after this comma. After this comma, right? This there is comma. So we if there is auxiliary verb, okay, we have to put this auxiliary verb after this comma. Okay. So if there comes an auxiliary verb in a given statement, remember, my dear student. So obviously after putting here is, then what did I write? Okay, then already what I said. Okay, if the statement is positive, it takes negative tag, so the obviously we must write it what? Isn't. Okay, we should write its contracted form in shortcut form. Contracted isn't. Then Ritu is not written here because noun changes into pronoun. Okay, so what is the pronoun of Ritu? Okay, can you please think of yourself? Of course, very good. Ritu. So its pronoun is she. So that isn't she is the question tag. Okay. Now let's have a look this answer as we discuss. Okay, recently. Let's have a look this answer. Okay, as we discussed before. Let's look it. Ritu is singing a song. Isn't she? Okay. So okay now please write down this answer in your copy. Got it? Right. This is, then not, contracted not, then C. Ritu. Okay. So noun change into C here. Okay. Well, now let me show you next question here, my dear student. The bird recently flew away from here as well. Now you can hear next question. Naresh and Namrata are playing the guitar. Okay, let's look at this question very first. Naresh and Namrata, okay, noun. Naresh and Namrata, noun, okay. And so the pronoun will be they. You must know very first. Are auxiliary verb, playing verb 4, okay, ing form, the guitar, right? So in this type of okay, statement, okay, after the comma, as I told you before, what you have to write? Obviously, we should write auxiliary verb, okay, under grouping number 1. Are should be written are. Then if the statement is positive, we must write negative tag, right? So that here must be what? Aren't, okay, contracted from aren't. Then Naresh and Namrata, as I told you before, the pronoun for this noun is what? Obviously they, okay? Aren't they, right? Answer is what? Aren't they? Let's check it out, okay? The answer, okay, of this statement. Okay, yes, let's have a look. Naresh and Amrita are playing the guitar, aren't they? Got it? Please write on this answer as well in your copy. Okay, now let's look at next question. Okay, but flew away from here. Interesting. Well, now look at the next question under the same category. Category number 1, statement. Okay, with auxiliary verb. Okay, now look at here. They have done their work. Okay, this is statement. Here is comma. After the comma, as I told you before, immediately write auxiliary verb very first. Have auxiliary verb here. You should write here have very first. Have, the sentence is in positive form, so that obviously we have to use negative tag, right? So haven't, okay, so that haven't, shortcut form or contracted form, haven't. Then obviously already given here pronoun they, haven't they is answer. Okay, now let's check it out. Answer, okay, haven't they? Okay, look at here. Yes, haven't they? Please write down this answer in your English grammar copy. Get it? Well, my dear student, let's move to next. Okay, next question. Right here, we have to chase this board away from here. Okay, my dear student, look at the question. I am a student. Okay, look at here. I am a student. Look at the statement very fast. Okay, here's comma. Okay, here we don't write am here. Okay, if there is I am a student, I am a teacher, I am a nurse, I am a doctor, in that case we don't write am here, we write, instead of am we write are. Okay, here we write are, then statement, this is the positive, so that we should write negative tag, aren't I here. Okay, aren't I, right? Now let's check it out. Okay, its answer, look at here. Yes, let's have a look. I am a student, aren't I? Please write it down in the copy. Well, my dear student, now let's go back to the question. Another example. Yes, sentences. Okay, even here we have done here four example sentences under category number one. Okay, statement with auxiliary verb. If there is auxiliary verb, it is very easy for us. We put auxiliary verb after the comma, then we use contracted form of. If this is negative, we write contracted form of not, right? And we use pronoun at last before this what question mark. Got it? Okay, never forget, this is the easiest one. This is the most simple one. You have been learning it from your very junior classes, right? Well, now let's jump to next category. Category number two. Let's have a look. Statement without auxiliary. Okay, a little bit complex. Okay, in comparison to the first one. Statement without auxiliary. What or how can we supply the question tag if there is no auxiliary verb in a given statement? Okay, so my dear student, now you can also think of before I display you the example sentences. Example sentence number one. Let's look at here on the screen very first. She goes to church, right? She goes to church. Look at the statement very first. Subject C, pronoun, goes, verb 5. Okay, this is verb 5, present simple form, and she goes to church. Okay, so here in this okay type under category number two. Okay, how can we supply question tag? She goes to church. Okay, okay. Obviously, look at very first here in this main verb. There is no auxiliary verb. Okay, do you see here auxiliary verb? No. So it's main verb. So if here is main verb, okay, main verb is in verb 5. Okay, so if here is verb 5, remember we have to use here what? Does. Okay, does, and subject is C. Doesn't. Obviously the statement is in positive form, we have to write negative tag. Okay, so does, after writing does, then we have to write contracted form of that not. Okay, doesn't, then the pronoun is what? Pronoun is C, so that answer will be what? Doesn't say. She goes to church, doesn't say. Okay, so you have to write down this answer, my dear student. So let's look at the answer as well from here. Then you have to copy it in your own English grammar copy, right? Look at here. Okay, we have to test this bar from here, then you can see the answer, right? She goes to church, doesn't see. Well, my dear student, please write it very fast. Okay, then we'll go back to the question, right? Okay, so now look at here. Okay, look at number next question here. They play volleyball. They play volleyball, comma, then there's the question, okay, then question mark, right? So in this statement here, okay, so as I told you before, right, you have to very first find out what pronoun, its main verb and verb, right? Play, this is verb 1. Okay, if there is verb 1, we have to use do, right? If there is verb 5, we should use does. Okay, right? If there is verb 1, we should use, okay, do. Never forget. Okay, you have to note it down in your copy as well. Okay, so without doubt you have to write very first do here, then sentence is in positive. Okay, so we have to write negative tag. Okay, obviously we should write don't, then, and then don't we have to write here pronoun is they, so don't they is answer, right? So let's check it out and then write down this answer in your copy. So they play volleyball, don't they? Got it? Okay, so write it down in your copy. My dear student, now let me just take you to the next question here, right? Next example sentence here. Okay, under category number 2. Okay, without auxiliary verb. Okay, statement without auxiliary verb. Got it? Okay, now here also subject C, and this is she cut her finger yesterday. This is time at verb. Okay, the past time at verb. This is verb 2, right? Here is yesterday past adverb, so that action happened yesterday, previous time. So this is verb 2. She cut her finger yesterday. So how can we make it it's okay, let's say the confirmation. How can we make it sure? Okay, so obviously here is verb 2, right? If it is verb 2, we have to use here did. Okay, did, then didn't or only did. The statement is positive, so we should write negative tag, right? Didn't. Okay, didn't see, pronoun is see, didn't see. Now whatever I told you just now, check the answer here even on the screen, and then You have to write it down in the copy. Okay, please have a look. Say, cut our fingers today, didn't see. Got it? Well, write it down. Now we have to go back to the next example sentence here. Okay, next one here. Okay, they ate an apple. Okay, they ate an apple. Statement. This is the subject. Okay, this pronoun ate verb to an apple. Already we have just done here. If there is verb to, we should use did. Then if there is a positive, we should add negative tag. So that didn't. Then it is already what pronoun they. So that didn't they. Right? They ate an apple. Didn't they? So let's check its answer even here on the screen. Yes, flew with this bird from here. Yes, they ate an apple, didn't they? Right? Okay, so write it down in your English grammar copy. Well, my dear student, now look at the next. Okay, look at the next question or next category under the question tag, under the rules of the question tag. Right? Statement with lexical negation like hardly, scarcely, rarely, never, seldom, none. Okay, so they are negative words themselves, right? If any one of them come in our statement, they make the statement negative. Got it? So, how can we supply the question tag if any one of the lexical negation comes, right? Okay, now let's do now from example sentences from here. Okay, look at here. They hardly play tennis. Okay, they hardly play tennis is almost, it is negative statement. Okay, it is negation, right? So in that situation, how can we supply the question tag? Okay, so you have to know very first, it is just like not. Okay, just like they do not play tennis. Okay, you have to compare with this one. So this is negative statement, very, you must know that, right? Other rule that already I told you. Okay, here is verb one, so that, okay, obviously we have to use do. Okay, so you have to use your do. Then here is what the sentence statement is negative, so that we have to write positive tag do. Then obviously this pronoun must be kept at last, do they. But here you must put here what the D alphabet must be in small letter. Okay, after comma always you have to write small letter. Do they? Okay, they hardly play tennis. Do they? Yes. Okay, let's check it. Okay, it's answer here. Okay, yes. Do they? Please write it down. Well, well, now let's look at the next number. Nobody knows the truth under the category number 4, right? Nobody knows the truth. Here as well as we have done before. Okay, knows, this is verb 5. Okay, singular verb. So that obviously we have to write here. If it is verb 5, we should write here what? Okay, does. Then obviously this nobody change into pronoun. Okay, its pronoun is they, right? So we have to write here they, THEY, they. So if it is they, we don't write does here. Okay, we according to the rules of subject verb agreement, we cannot write here does they. We cannot write. So that obviously to make the subject verb agreement correct, we have to change does into do. Do they, right? So let's have a look this answer even here on the screen, and then you have to write it down in your English copy. Got it? Okay. Do they? Well, now let's go back to the next example sentence given here on the screen. Anybody is not beaten. Okay, so look at this. Look at these questions here, right? Anybody is not beaten. So what is our pronoun here? Anybody change into they, right? So if we write here they, we cannot write is. Okay, we never write is they. So this is wrong. So that to make here as well subject verb agreement correct. Okay, this a is changed into are. Okay, are they? Okay, are they? Now let's have a look this answer even here on the screen. Okay, are they? Got it? Well, now let's go back to the next one. Okay, look at here. Anyone is not playing. Anyone is not playing. And then this is statement given here, right? Okay, very first. Okay, anyone is not playing. So anyone's, its pronoun is what? They. We should write here they, 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 right? So before that they, obviously we can write is, we can write is, so that is changed into are. Okay, are they is the answer, right? So now let's have a look at this answer. Okay, yeah, are they is answer. Now let's go back to the, okay, next one. My dear student here, okay, the next one, number 5, category number 5. Okay, statement with something, anything, nothing. Okay, so mnemonic, we can create here mnemonic: sun, yes, okay, something, a, anything, yeah, nothing. Okay, so in this case, okay, we have to follow the certain rules here. Look at here, an example sentence given here on the screen. Something has been sold, right? Something has been sold in this statement. Okay, so in this statement, a now pronoun is, okay, if there is something, anything, nothing, okay, if they come is our subject of the statement, okay, the pronoun will be it, it. Okay, if there is it pronoun, then obviously how can we supply here the verb? Obviously something has been sold. Okay, what is the auxiliary verb here? He has auxiliary verb. He has auxiliary verb. Sentence is in positive form, affirmative form. So tag must be negative. So hasn't it. Okay, so something changed into okay, its pronoun is what? It. So hasn't it. Okay, now let's have a look. The answer here is on the screen. Hasn't it, right? Something it. Okay, here has, from the statement has, then hasn't. Okay, negative negative tag, hasn't it. Well, now let's, okay, uh, go back to the, here in the next example sentence given here. Anything can be brought. Okay, in this sentence anything can be brought, so which is auxiliary verb or modal verb? Can is modal verb. Yeah, you can write can. Okay, so this is positive sentence or affirmative sentence, so question tag must be negative, right? So after writing can, then can't eat. Okay, so look at here, can't eat. Okay, it's answer. Okay, can't eat, right? Okay, so next one, now we can go to the next number. All right, another example since given here is on the screen. Nothing is perfectly good. Okay, nothing is perfectly good here. We have auxiliary verb in this statement, so we write is after comma. Okay, after the statement we write is. Got it? So when you write is, then what you have to do? Then sentence is in negative form, right? If the sentence is in negative form, right, we must write the positive tag. Okay, so is, then answer is what? Is it? Okay, is it? Nothing is perfectly good, is it? Okay, let's check the answer. Okay, here, is it? Yes. Okay, now, okay, look at the next one. Okay, under the category number 6. Okay, under the category number 6, imperative statement. Okay, how can we supply the question tag if the sentence is imperative, if the statement is imperative? Imperative sentence are the sentences which are actually used for giving instruction, right, giving order, or making some time request, right? In that case, okay, we have to follow certain type of the rule. Okay, so let's have a look. Sentences here very fast. Statement: write an essay. Okay, so start, okay, imperative sentence begin, okay, from or begin with verb 1. Write an essay. Okay, the answer is will you. Okay, if the sentence begin with verb 1, okay, if the sentence begin with verb 1, the question tag will be what? Will you. Even the negative or positive statement doesn't matter here. Every time we write will you. So even you see here answer here on the screen. Okay, write an essay, will you? Okay, now next one. Next question even given here. Go out and play. Right? Go out and play. This is also imperative sentence, right? Go out. This sentence also statement also begin with verb one, and so imperative sentence. So every time we write what? Will you? Here also will you go out and play? Will you? Never forget. Then the next one here we have next one. Don't bring this book. Okay, this is also the imperative sentence, negative imperative sentence, negative imperative statement. So as I told you before, every time we write will you, if the sentence is positive or negative doesn't matter, every time we write will you. Here also, don't bring this book, will you? Right? Okay, now, okay, next one. Okay, look at the next one. Number 7, category number 7 begins with let's. If the statement begins with let's, here as well we have to follow the certain type of the rules. Okay, let's do our job. Okay, statement begins with what? Begins with lets, let's. Okay, if this, okay, let's do our job. So in that situation, every time we have to write shall we. Okay, shall we, even the sentence is negative or positive doesn't matter, every time we write shall we. Okay, so even you can see answer here on the screen. Sorry, let's do our job, shall we? Got it? Okay, then next one. Okay, the next one, let's not visit today. Let's not visit today. So in that type also, okay, so it also negative sentence, okay, here as well. Okay, we have to write what? Shall we? Okay, and that, okay, negative or positive doesn't matter. Okay, the statement with let's. Okay, every time we write shall we. Okay, here we so, okay, shall we? Let's not visit today, shall we? Please write it down in your copy. Well, my dear student, today what we have actually learned. Okay, now let me sum up. Okay, because of that, you will be able to solve the question asked in examination or question given in your grammar book, right? Okay, very first we have learned, okay, that 7 categories, 7 grouping of, let's say that the rules of the question tag, right? Number one, what I told you before, can you please tell me? Please think of yourself very first. Yeah, statement with auxiliary. Okay, how to supply the question tag with the statement, okay, with the statement having auxiliary verb. Okay, one category. Then second one, what I told you? I told you statement without auxiliary verb, right? Statement without auxiliary verb, because we have to apply the certain type of the rules, right, to supply the question tag. Got it? Then what I told you in number 3, can you please tell me? Yeah, obviously sentences with lexical negation like hardly, seldom, scarcely, rarely, none, etc. So these are the lexical negation, right? If they come as our subject, we have to follow the certain type of the rule that already I taught you. Got it? Okay, number 4, what I told you, statement with the subject. Okay, with the subject, somebody, someone, everyone, everybody, no one, nobody. Yes, E-N-A, Sena. This mnemonic we can create. Yes, E-N-A, Sena. If they come as a subject, we have to follow a different type, or let's say the particular type of the rules that already, as I already described you. Well, my dear student, now number 5, what I told you, statement with something, anything, nothing. Okay, so yes, a and san, this mnemonic you can remember. Yes, a and san, if they come as a subject, we have to obviously follow the certain type of rules. Then number 6, what I told you under that 6 category, imperative sentence. Okay, imperative sentence, right? question tag with imperative sentence. Okay, every time we have to use will you remember. Then at last but not least, what I taught under category number 7, obviously I taught you question tag with let's. Okay, statement with let's. Okay, even I taught already we have to use shall we every time, right? Shall we every time. Got it? So these 7 categories I have taught you, my dear student, today, right? Please write down them everything in your English grammar copy, and accordingly you have to do the exercise given in your book, given in your grammar book, right? Okay, my dear student, this was for today. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you. See you soon. Bye bye.